I'm Chris McDonough, a retired homicide detective. I've interviewed thousands of people, from serial killers to ministers. Welcome to the interview room. This area that I'm standing in, you would never know that a tragedy and horror would take place. In that restroom facility right over there, this has been torn down and rebuilt, but that is the facility where Matthew Cecchi's life was taken on November 14th, 1998. If you look around, this harbor area here is where not only some of the operators come up from Coronado. This is the environment that Brandon Wilson chose, knowing this was the risk he would be taking. At the time of the crime, there was a bench that was right here next to the playground. And the family motorhome was parked right over here, just on the other side of that one, but it was facing in a northwesterly direction. And what happened that day is Matthew left his shoes next to a bench here. He was playing here with his cousins, and then he ran around this side of the bathroom here, and all of this has been remodeled. He runs around this side, and he goes around that side of the building while his aunt is right over here. And from here, she starts to go around that side of the building, unbeknownst to Matthew that Brandon Wilson was coming up, and he came around this side. These two palm trees are still here. Hid behind these two trees, these three trees, and he waited for that little boy to go inside of that bathroom. And it was at that point he made a decision to strike. And it was a day that changed the history of Oceanside forever. So as I go into this bathroom here, so many memories come flooding back. It's been remodeled, but this wall was existing. And at the time that wall was existing, back here, you can still see the plumbing where the urinals were. Matthew stood here going to the restroom, and then Brandon came in. These partitions were not here, stood right over here and attacked him. Just brutal. And then that little boy was dropped to the ground here. and a rush of relatives come streaming through that door to find this little child here. Just horrific. When I exited the bathroom, I had one transfer of blood on this wall from the suspect's clothing. And the suspect came out, ran into his aunt, Gail, who was standing outside here. So when Brandon came running out of that bathroom, and he got onto this sidewalk and started to run this direction, and what he did is he cut across and went into a ravine right down the way there. In that ravine, he hid, and he told the officers later, he told me later in an interview, that he was planning on killing one of the officers if in fact they had tried to approach him in that. But if you look around here, this is such a picturesque environment. You have the military that trains here often, evident of the fact that you're seeing it in front of you. You have sea lions, you have fishing, you have tourism. This is a paradise. This is amazing. And again, I can never, 25 years later, get over the fact that he selected this environment for that type of evil. On south of where the bathroom is. And Brandon ran right across in front of us here. And then he ran over by this jetty, turned back up the beach, and at the time there was a drainage ditch. That's the drainage ditch he was hiding in. And from there he went west to the beach, and he continued south all the way down the beach until eventually coming up behind a hotel. And here's the really other horrific part of this. He got a charge out of this in a fantasy sexual way. He went into that hotel room, and for over 2 hours he ended up watching pornography and inappropriate material while reliving the fantasy of taking this little boy's life. It was horrific in nature, as you can only imagine.
And let him fall to the ground. And I stabbed him one last time. Here. In the back. And so I stand up. Go ahead. Please. I stand up. Well, he's there. And I'm like, and when I've been thinking about this, I was thinking that I wanted to take something from him. That I wanted to drink his blood or something. But I don't really think about doing it with this one.
Mm-hmm. So you wanted something from him. Okay. So how many times did you stab him where did you stab him?
In the back.
Yeah, where?
Just once.
Okay, where though?
Right here.
Okay.
Okay, it's just...
Let me see where. Okay, and around there?
Yeah,
okay.
And it's just...
Show me where about the area.
Like right in there.
Okay, right in there, so you're doing it a lot of times there, you're doing it multiple times.
I did it once and
Okay, okay, go ahead.
And then, you know, I mean, it didn't...
Okay,
It's already
let's...
dead, you know, I mean, I just did it, just to do it.
Okay, so you did it after you knew he was already dead. Okay, so let's say I'm the kid. Okay, let's act this out. Okay, are you with me on that? Okay, let's say I'm here, and Tom, why don't you move over there for a second? Okay, Brandon, come on over here and show me. Okay, now, be gentle with me now, okay? Okay, I'm the kid. What am I doing?
You're pissed.
Okay, I'm taking a leak?
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you do now? Show me.
Okay, I walk around you this way and you look at me.
Okay, I look over like this?
And you say that, but I kind of smile and I nod.
Okay.
I smile and I nod. You
Oh.
know me.
Okay.
I'm going to kill you.
Does he look back?
Yeah, then he looks back.
Okay, then what happens?
I stop. I take out my knife.
Okay. I noticed you pulled out your knife like that. Is that where you had it?
I have it right here.
Okay, that's cool. Then what happens?
Stick it out like this.
Right?
I got it all figured out. I got it put in the sheath the right way so the sharp end is here.
Right?
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay.
I go up behind him.
Go ahead, show me.
Grab him like this.
Right?
I take him like this.
Right? And you let it have it.
Yes.
Then what do you
I
do?
hold him like this.
Okay.
And he's spurting.
Right.
Spurting.
Okay, good.
Okay. And he's starting to sink down.
Okay, then what happens? You let him have it like that?
One more time.
Then what
He
happens?
goes down. He goes all the way down.
All the way down?
He's down on the ground.
Then what happens?
I'm leaning over him.
Right?
I take the knife.
Right?
Stab him like this.
Right.
One last time.
Right?
I pull it out.
And then what happens then?
He's dead. I stand up. Start backing away. And here's Mother's voice.
You hear his mother's voice?
Mother's voice.
Okay, why don't you sit down? What happens?
It's Mother's calling him.
What is she saying, do you know?
Saying, Danny, are you in there? What are you doing in there, Danny?
Okay.
And I think, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna kill her. I have to kill her, you know? Should I wait for her to come in here and kill her in here? But I have this energy flow and I can't stand still. I
Right.
can't. So I go out.
You get this rush.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the knife in my hand and she's standing there. And she's looking at me. And at first there's fear, but I run towards her and I get right up next to her. And I look at her and I go, what's going on? Okay.
Right?
But I just run. I don't kill her. I just run.
You ran?
Yeah.
Okay, where'd you run?
And she goes in the bathroom and she comes out. I mean, she doesn't stay in there, you know, for a second. She just sees it and she comes out screaming.
Okay.
She's screaming and she's screaming. What she's screaming is, Danny's gone. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And she runs. She sees me and she's like, ah, ah. And she's running and I run parallel with her, you know, like along the road. And she's like a little bit ahead of me and I'm running parallel with her and she's screaming.